everyone! So another month has ended and November is here. Today I'm excited to bring you yet another wrap-up. I just really like making these videos, so I just do them monthly and I hope you like them. As you can see in the thumbnail, this has been such a successful reading month for me. Like, I went to school normally and been doing a lot of stuff, but I somehow managed to read not even only the books in the thumbnail, but two other extra books as well that I read on my Kindle, which is why I didn't hold them on camera. Whatever. This month I've read a total of 9 books. Almost 10. So I'm so proud of myself and I'm gonna share all the books with you in this video, so let's jump right into it. I'm not really gonna take it in the chronological order because I don't exactly remember in which order I read it in. So first book I have here is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I recently made a review on it, so I'm gonna link it down below if you want to check it out. But I love this book, gave it 5 stars. It's freaking great. Definitely suggest you to read it. Like I said in that video, even if you don't really like all the other John Green's books, check this one out anyway because it's unlike any of his other books and he's just such a good writer. Please go pick this up. It's great. Okay, then to the books that I read at the beginning of this month, which was actually the books I read on my Kindle, which was the first and second Mortal Instruments, so City of Bones and City of Ashes, I think. So I read the first 2 books, and please, if you're a fan of this series, don't get offended, but I did not really like it, because I hate love triangles. There were so many things that drove me insane. The most important thing for me is kind of the ship of the books, and in general I just care about the characters and their relationships, the characters in this series are great, but the relationships, the ship, there is so much, like the very important things in the series just drove me crazy and I couldn't keep reading it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish, I might go back to the series, but it drove me so insane that I just decided that I would take a break from it and I would read other books, which I'm actually really happy I did because I've read so many awesome books this month after I read those 2. So I think I gave them 3 stars. Probably, yeah, both of them. Then I read the third Vampire Academy. The covers are so disgusting that I want to cry, but the books are actually pretty great, and I read the Shadow Kiss. This is actually in Czech. I have had these books for so long, that's why it's in Czech, but I still haven't really gotten around to reading them, and I just decided, I have them and they're pretty great, so why don't I finish the series? So I read the third one and it's pretty awesome. I loved it. Not sure how many stars I gave it, probably 4, but it's a really good series. It's just kind of like a classic young adult series, but it's different from any other ones. And the main character, Rose, is just so freaking awesome. She's hilarious, she's really funny and sarcastic and awesome. So it's definitely one of my favorite young adult series. Definitely recommend it. Yeah. Then I read this absolutely freaking wonderful thing that is the best book on the planet, in the universe. I adored it on such a level that I can't describe it with words. I don't know enough words to describe how much I adore this book. I've read so many great books in the past 2 months. So many awesome books, like The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas, The Flame in the Mist by Renee Ahdieh, Geekerella by Ashley Poston, and probably I'm forgetting something, but this, I cried because it was over, and after this book I had the feeling of my standards are a billion times higher now, and I feel like I'm never gonna love any other books again. And I'm still kind of scared that it's always with every book that's better than all the ones before. It's the more books I read, the more I see the flaws in books, the more I want from books, which is quite dangerous because it's I love to enjoy books and I don't like when I don't like a book, This book is the best thing on the planet. It's just historical fiction and two guy best friends, just the main character and his best friend, and then his sister as well. They just go on a journey in Europe together, and Percy and Monty together are like... I almost died, let's just say that. And this is the best book on the planet. Please go pick it up. Please. There's actually like the whole annual best books going on right now, and I voted for the books and whatever. And then there was the young adult fiction, I think. And there were like four of my most favorite books, like The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas, then this, The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I didn't even say the title. That's how excited I was to talk about it. Then there was Geekerella by Ashley Poston, and then there were some other books that I don't remember. I just saw it there and I was like, I loved all of them so much, but I voted for this because it's actually the best book on the planet, in the entire universe. Go read it, please, no matter what. I just would give it a bajillion, an infinite amount of stars if I could, so... The next book which is actually the last book I read this month, is Magnus Chase and the Ship of the Dead by Rick Riordan. 5 stars, of course. It was the perfect finale for the series. I loved it so much. The ship sailed, and I'm so excited, and it's the best thing ever. It's hilarious, it's awesome, it's epic. Just, what else would you expect from Rick? Like, I don't expect anything else from Rick. He's the best. Heck yeah. In the middle grade category, they had this, and then they had Apollo and the Dark Prophecy, and I was like, why do I have to choose? Why? Please tell me. I can't, because I picked Apollo because I love him to death, but this was so good, so good, so good. The representation, the diversity in this series is like so on point that it makes me want to cry. Next book I read is The Princess Saves Herself, and this one by Amanda Lovelace, and this is a poetry book. I wrote a blog post on it. I actually wrote a blog post on most of the books that I talk about in this video that I read this month, because I've been writing a lot of blog posts about books. This book, I gave it 4 stars, I think, and it's pretty good. The message is great, the poetry not so much, but like, I really enjoyed it. It made me feel things, and that's what I want from poetry. And I would appreciate it if the language was better, because it's really not really poetic, but like the meaning completely just made the book awesome for me, so... Then The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. This is a collection of short stories from the Grishaverse. I've never read any of her books, so you can read this even if you haven't read her books, because it doesn't matter, and those stories are the best thing on the planet. The book is the most beautiful thing ever. Look at this. Do you see it? I'm dead. This is incredible. All the stories are so on point that like it's unbelievable, it's unreal. And just they're really surprising and so cool, and she is such a good writer. I was absolutely obsessed with it. Definitely recommend you to read it no matter what. It's so good. Next book is another poetry book, and this time it's The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. I read Milk and Honey by her in a really stupid reading time for me. I already mentioned that in a video. But this, I really liked it, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It's really good. Like, the message is great. Again, I wouldn't say the language is super on point, but I really like it, and just I like how she has the drawings in the book, and I think it's just really meaningful and deep, and I just really like it. Plus, the cover, again, is really pretty and simplistic. I'm obsessed. And the last book that I'm actually currently reading, but I decided, like, I have only 100 pages left, and I'm probably gonna read it tonight, so I decided to put it here anyways. That is Ensnared by A.G. Howard. And it is the last book in the Splintered series, and I'm just about to finish it, and I'm like, shit's going down now. And it has a love triangle in it, there's nothing that drives me crazier than love triangles. I despise it so much. So that pisses me off infinitely about the book, and I really wish it weren't there. But other than that, it's really nice. The world is super cool. I mean, Wonderland is cool, you know, and just, yeah. I am gonna finish it tonight, and I'm really curious how it's gonna end. And yeah, I'm not like obsessed with it, but I like it. But just if it weren't for the love triangle, man, Damn. That's gonna be it for this video then. I really hope you enjoyed it. Definitely tell me in the comments down below which books you have read this month and which books you've loved this month. And yeah, if you want to check out my last video, which is a NaNoWriMo vlog, you can check that out right there. And if you want to check out my main channel, click over there. And that's it. Have a really nice and see you soon in my next video. Bye!